Started in just a minute. Welcome to Functional Strength Training. Just a quick recap from the top about the purpose of this class. I know I haven't said it for a while, so I just want to reiterate. My name is Chelsea Kidd. I'm your instructor. This is Functional Strength Training. What we hope that you're able to take away from this class is optimized ability to move through the activities of daily life. So we do a lot of work on joint stabilization, especially for those high-risk injury-prone areas, shoulder, back, knees. I'm really passionate about preventing injury by working on our balance, which can be accomplished in a number of ways, which you'll see today. So really, we just want to make sure that you're feeling your best, moving your best, staying safe in your activities of daily life, and that's really what our movements are all about. So we'll get started. Today's class has 3 supersets. We're going to try to get through each one 2 times, and we will start with our warm-up. So please join me on your mats, on your back, and we'll get started. Our arms are going to come out to the side. Our knees are going to pick up off of the ground, bend at a 90-degree angle at your hips. And then we're going to drop those knees to the right-hand side. Feel that great spinal rotation. Try to keep both shoulders on the ground. Draw the abdomen in towards the spine. Pick the knees back up. Bring them over to the other side. Just gently warming up that spine, warming up those core muscles. Bring it back across. Nice controlled motions. We have a lot of work for the back today, so we'll definitely make sure that we go through these spinal twist warm-up movements thoroughly. Bring your legs back over. Check in with the top knee. If it's sliding back, so it's not aligned with the bottom knee, just gently shift it forward. Press that lower back into the mat as you bring your legs all the way across. Drop them off to the other side. Bring them back to the other side. Knees placed down, shift that top knee forward if you need to. Come back to the center. Pull both knees up to your chest. Give yourself a well-deserved end of the Thursday hug and rock up into a seated position. Let's make our way over onto our bellies, preparing for our scorpions. So I'm on my belly and my arms are out. I'm going to pick up my right leg, contract that glute, contract the hamstring, and then bring your right leg across your body. Keep contracting that glute so that you're able to push the hips forward, stretching out that hip flexor that runs down the front of your right hip. Come back to the center. Left leg is up. Contract the glute and drop it over to the side, bringing that heel as close to your hand as you feel comfortable going. Come back to the center. Right leg's up. Bring it on over. Come back to the center. Opposite side, pick it up. Keep squeezing those glutes, pushing the hips forward as you drop your heel towards your hand. And center. One more on each side. Big lift, big twist. Open that hip flexor up, back to the center. Left side, big lift, big twist. Settle it in, contract the glute, and back to the center. All right, preparing for inchworms next so we can really warm up those shoulders. So remember, you can take your knees down to the mat at any time to take the pressure and the work off of your upper body here, and you will inch your hands back and you will inch your hands out to warm up those shoulders. If you feel comfortable, join me in a plank with your ears in line with your shoulders, your hips in line with your shoulders, your hips in line with your knees, and inch those hands back towards your feet. Feel the hamstring stretch and walk it back out. Hold that plank. Walk your inchworm back up. Try to shift your weight all the way out to your fingertips. That way your shoulders are really getting a good bit of the work here. And focus on minimizing any side-to-side motion of the hips. We really want the core to stabilize here and the shoulders to work. Hands can stay on the ground, allowing for a really nice hamstring stretch. Walk it back out. Let's get 2 more. So all the way up. Feel free to speed this up or slow it down. And again, you can always go onto your knees for this one too. I'm gonna get one more at this pace. And back, all the way out, back up. Hold that hamstring stretch, stack those vertebrae up, bring the head up last. Excellent work, you guys. Moving right into our lunge series. So we're going to start with our forward lunge. And I'm just going to show you this from the side today. I think that's going to help a little bit. So I step forward on my right leg. Make sure that your knees stay back behind your toes. Straighten out that back leg, and then you're going to reach for the instep of that right leg. It's okay if your right knee splays a little bit away from your body. Press through the right foot and stand it back up. Lunge it forward again. Reach, hold, feel that stretch. Extend through that back leg, back up. Reach. Hold that lunge, bring it back up. Step it out, bring it back up. I'm getting 2 more on this side, but feel free to go at your own pace here. What's important is that you're using that leg that's stepping out and stepping back to do the work. I think I said 2 more. 1 more. And back up. Awesome. All right, onto our left side. So step it forward, reach for that instep, bring it back up. Step forward, reach, back up. Step, reach, straightening out that back knee, powering off of that leading leg. Step, reach, back up. Step, reach, back up. Awesome. Let's move it right into our lateral lunge. So step it to the right. Keep the chest high, keep the weight in your heels, and sink down, straightening out that left leg, and then come back up. Sink down, bring it back up. Maybe you want to step a little wider, drop your hips back a little bit further. Challenge yourself here. We're looking for the strength to spring back up, but also the mobility to step out into that nice wide lunge and feel that stretch. 1 more on this side. And back up. Shimmy it on over and to the left. Step and up. Step, sink down into it and up. Chest stays nice and high. Lunge it, back up. Lunge, back up. 1 more on this side. Lunge, back up. Excellent work, you guys. Reverse lunges next. Oh, wait, nope, drop lunges next. Kidding. So let me just angle this. I don't have quite as much of the ceiling in here. Right leg steps back. Right leg comes over by about a foot. And then we drop down in that nice twisted motion. Swing it back around. Rotate the hips. Find that place for the right foot, about 1 foot back and 1 foot to your left. And we're making the left leg do the work here, including that nice rotation of the hip. Let's get 2 more. 1 and 2. Plant that right leg. Send the left back, send the left over. Mind that point in the back where your toe landed, and then bring it back up. Step it back, bring it back up. Step back, bring it back up. Our right foot is grounded. We're pressing through our heel as we stand up, getting that nice movement of the hips in, warming up all those rotator muscles, and pause. Good job, everybody. Now reverse lunges. So let's step back on the left, and let's reach back with that left hand, reach up with the right. Feel that hip flexor open up, bring it back up. My right leg, that's stationary, is powering me through this movement. My left leg is having to reach and having to balance, but the powerhouse should be that right leg. Step back, reach, feel that stretch. Keep the abdomen in on this one, just drawing it actively in towards your spine so that you can protect your lower back just a little bit more. Last one on this side, and pause. Step back on the opposite leg, reach back and back up. Step it back, reach back up. Step, reach, back up. Again, going only as deep as you feel comfortable. and only extending that back as far as you feel comfortable. That's probably the most important part here. Let's get 2 more on this side. 1 and 2. Excellent. All right, last but not least, personal favorite. We're gonna move through these squats together. So let's start with our hands up overhead today. Biceps by the ears. Let's hinge forward, maintaining a flat back. Send those hips back. Soft bend in the knees, then reach for the outer edges of the calf, knee, or ankle, maintaining your flat back. Drop those hips down. Lift the hands up. Stand up. Hinge forward. Reach. Drop the hips. Hands up. Stand it up. Hinge. Reach. Drop. Lift and stand. 2 more. Hinge. Feel that hamstring stretch. Send those hips back. Reach for those calves. Drop the hips. Let the knees splay out. Chest stays high. Lift it up. 1 more. Woo. Drop down. Lift it up. Stand it up. Awesome work, guys. I hope you're feeling warm. I hope you're ready to get started on the fun stuff. Feel free to grab some water, towel off, and we will dive into our first conditioning circuit. All right, so as promised, a little bit of funky work for balance today. It's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be a little bit different. We're going to start off slow. So we're coming into a squat motion, and I'll talk you through this and then ask you to join me. So I like to have my feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Hip width apart is fine too. Sink down, keep the chest high, let those knees track back behind your toes, almost like you have a chair behind you. I am going to be drawing a star and imagining that I'm holding an object in front of me as I go from my left knee, up overhead, down to my right knee, engage those obliques, over to my left shoulder, across to my right shoulder, back down to my starting point. So boom, 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 5 points for a star. Okay, here's the twist. You're going to drop down, really engage the abs as you move through those motions, and you're going to close your eyes. So that's the twist. So close those eyes. Let's start out with our hands just outside of our left knee in that squat motion and lift up overhead. Extend all the way overhead. Back down to your right knee, across to your left shoulder, twist to the right shoulder, back down to the left knee, stand up, mini break, we're doing 5, back down, left knee, overhead, right knee, left shoulder, right shoulder, left knee, stand it up, 2 down, 3 to go, you guys are doing great, squat down, left knee, eyes are still closed, overhead, right knee, left shoulder, right shoulder, left knee, back up. 2 more to go. If you feel like you're getting a little bit off balance or a little dizzy on this, feel free to open your eyes. Point 1, overhead, 3, left shoulder, right shoulder, back down to the knee, stand it up. 1 more. All right, so we are challenging the vestibular system here by moving our head around, by taking away that visual input. Left knee, overhead, right knee, left shoulder, right shoulder, left knee, stand it up. Good job, guys. All right, so hopefully that felt a little bit different to you. We're going to turn it up a notch on the balance. So again, nice to have a spot, something that you can hold on to here for extra balance. Sorry, buzzing my dog who's barking at a squirrel. We are going to be doing a single leg squat with a speed skater swoop of our leg. So pretty straightforward. You're going to plant the left leg, right leg's going to be mobile, add a little bend to your knee, and then you're going to reach it out to the side as far as you can, swoop it back behind you, dragging that toe on the ground all the way around, and stand up. Simple enough. We're going to do it with our eyes closed today. Takes away the visual input, and that extra movement is going to throw the balance off and really challenge those accessory muscles. All right, we've got this. So come into that mini squat stance. Left leg is planted, and go ahead and close those eyes. Bring that right leg out to the side. Swoop it back behind you and all the way around, and stand up. Again, squat it down. Swoop, going just as fast or slow as you want to. I'm going to get in 5 of these, but you guys move at your own pace on this. If you need to recover, you know, put your foot down at any time, please do so. We definitely want you to be safe while you do this. All right, so we've got that squat motion. Number 3, we're dragging that foot around. Eyes closed, stand up. And number 4, keep those eyes closed. Focus on drawing the abdomen in, engaging the core. Sink it down, last one. Toe stays in contact with the ground so you can recover if you need to. Drag it around, bring it up. All right, fun. I hope I'm not the only one struggling on this. Okay, right foot is planted, bend the knee, extend that left leg, go ahead and close those eyes. Drag that left foot all the way around like a semicircle, and then bring it back to where you started, stand up. Add the squat back in, close the eyes. Drag it around. Keep the abdomen engaged. That's 2 down. Again, you may notice that one side's easier than the other. You guys all may be out there making this look way easier than I am, in which case, kudos to you. Number 4, drag it around. Stand it up. Sink down. Get ready to drag it around. Stand it up. I think we had one more. Sink it down. Drag, and bring it up. Good job, everybody. Okay, fantastic work. I have one more for you in this circuit today. So we'll hop right into that, then we'll get a little break. We'll go through the circuit one more time, and then we'll be on to the next batch. So for this one, my yogis will recognize it as a modified warrior 3. So you can start with one foot planted, and then just aim to send the hips back, extend the arms overhead, lifting the biceps towards the ears, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and back up, contracting the glute and hamstring of that stationary leg. If that's too easy, with the eyes closed, your toe can come to the ground, and you can extend, and then contract that glute, bring it back up. And anybody who wants to pick that foot up completely, as long as you can safely do so, go for it. Just make sure you can recover easily because we are going to have our eyes closed for this totally new element. All right, so 5 and 5 on each side. I'm going to start with planting my left leg. Remember, foot can be completely ball of your foot down, or just the toe down, or the whole foot off the ground. I've got my toe down and I'm ready to go. So I'm going to send my hips back, send my arms out overhead, squeeze those shoulder blades together, contract the glute to stand back up. Good. Close the eyes, reach overhead, lift those hands, squeeze those shoulder blades together, contract the glute, stand back up. Try to minimize the pressure on that non-stationary leg. So you really challenge your balance here. Stand it back up. 2 more. Maybe you're feeling good. Maybe you want to pick that foot up just a little bit. Feel free to challenge yourself. You can always tap it back down. Last one. Extend. And back up. Good job, guys. Switch it to the other side. Plant the right foot. Try to mirror what you did on the first side. So just try to align it. We love symmetry. Our bodies really take well to symmetry. So, ready? I'm having a call ended. I don't know how I'm getting a call if I have it on Do Not Disturb. I hope you guys can still hear me. All right, so send out, bring it back up. Stand out. I'm just peeking at the chat in case I lost my audio. Send those hips back. And bring it back up. Send the hips back. Bring it back up. Drop the hips back. Last one. And bring it up. All right, guys. Sorry for the distraction there. I started getting a call, and I have it on Do Not Disturb, so I'm not sure how that happened. We're going to go through this one more time, starting with our star squats. So just so you guys know, the purpose of this is, if anybody out there has ever walked across a room at at night and you know your way from like the bed to the bathroom, but it's dark and you just completely lose your balance for no reason because you don't have those extra signals coming into your brain. This is training you for that moment. And it really is a matter of muscle as well as a matter of your vestibular system. All right, so let's get in our 5-star squats. We're going to start on our left-hand side this time. Sink it down. Reach for the outer edge of your right-hand side. Bring it up overhead. Bring it down to your left, twisting at the abdomen, engaging those obliques. Over to your right shoulder. Over to your left shoulder. Back down to the right. Stand up, quick break for the legs. Drop it back down, close the eyes. Hands by that right knee. Up overhead. Down to the left. Over to the right. Over to the left. Down to the right. Stand it up. 3 more to go. Squat down. Right side. Overhead. Left side. Right shoulder. Left shoulder. Right shoulder. Good. 2 more. Maybe we squat a little deeper. Keep the chest high. Eyes are still closed. Overhead lift. Down to the right knee. Down over to the right shoulder. Over to the left shoulder. Back down to the right knee. Stand it up. 1 more to go. Squat. Reach. Close those eyes. Overhead. Down to the left. Over to the right. To the left. And to the right again. Stand it back up. Excellent work, you guys. Hopping right into our speed skaters. Let's plant our right foot this time.
Hey, Chelsea.
Soften. Yes?
I think you lost your Bluetooth audio. Your volume isn't as good. Sorry.
Okay, back.
Perfect.
Yeah, I thought it might die on me. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much, Ken. I apologize. Okay, so speed skating. Let's go ahead and sink it down on our right foot, extending out with that left leg. Close those eyes. Swoop, swoop, swoop that left leg around and bring it up. Again, close the eyes, squat it down, swoop, and stand it up. Squat down, swoop it around, stand it up. Only 2 more to go. Sink down, weight is still shifted to your heel, chest is still high. Stand it back up, last one, sink it down. Big semicircle here. Good job, and back up. And plant the left, send the right toe out to the side, close those eyes, swoop it around. And back up. Squat it down, swoop, swoop, swoop. One side is always easier than the other. And again, number 3. Only go into 5 because we really want to maintain form here. Keep that chest high, keep the abdomen drawn in. Number 4, 1 more. Sink it down, swoop it around, and back up. All right, pats on the back, everybody. Let's hop right into our modified warrior 3 sans visual input. So I'm going to plant my left foot. I'm balancing on my right toe, and I'm closing my eyes so I can extend my hands overhead, keeping those shoulder blades together, contract the glute and hamstring, bring it back up. Repeat, extend, extend, extend. Maybe minimize the pressure on that right toe, bring it back up. And again, hinge it forward, challenge that balance, take the eyes away. 2 more to go. Reach, come all the way out into full extension overhead with the arms, and back up. 1 more. Reach, reach, reach. And contract those glutes and hamstrings, bring it back up. Switching sides, so plant that right foot, balance on your left foot however you feel comfortable. Ready, and hinge, drop the hips back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, back up. Hinge, back up. Again, if you're really feeling good on this one, feel free to take the pressure off of that left toe. Maybe you want to pick it up completely. 2 more repetitions by my count. 1. And last one. Reach, reach, reach. Eyes are closed. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Contract those glutes and hamstrings. Bring it up. All right, good job. We're gonna switch gears and give those legs a break. Give the arms and the back a bit more work. So go ahead and grab some water, towel off. Meet me on the mat, please. We're going to go through a modified bird dog next. So we'll come to all fours. And instead of reaching straight out and straight back and working those extensor muscles, we're going to work on some of our abductors. So you're going to reach out at a 90-degree angle with your arm, so kind of like an L like this, and your knee is going to do the same thing. So my right hand is going to pick up and come to elbow at shoulder height, hand at head height, held out like an L. And then I'm going to pick up my left leg out as far as I can, kind of like a fire hydrant lift at a 90-degree angle. So lift that knee as far as you can, lift that hand as far as you can, bring everything back in, bring everything back up. Everything back in, everything back up. Good. That's 3. We're going to go to 8. So feel free to challenge yourself here. If you really feel comfortable with this, you can hook that back toe and maybe lift off of the mat a little bit. That's for all the overachievers that I know are out there. Let's get 2 more on this side. This is a lot of core, a lot of back, and like I said, a lot of those abductor muscles. Bring it down. All right, so left arm lifts out like 90-degree angle, and our right knee mirrors it. So hold here, work those rhomboids, work those rear delts, bring it back in, bring it up, bring it back in. Should have a slight lift to your head, so you're not looking straight down. We want to embrace that natural curvature of the neck. I'm on 5, we've got 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everybody. Bring it on down to your abdomen, lay those bellies on the ground. Modified Superman for us today. It's not a good functional training class without Supermans. So today I want you to bring your fingertips to your temples. Go ahead and lift those elbows, squeeze those shoulder blades together. For now, let's focus on keeping our feet grounded on the earth and just lift the chest up as high as you can, working those muscles that run down the middle of your back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, bring it back down. Lift again. If you want to bring the feet up, you can, but I want to focus on really feeling those shoulder blades squeeze together. Back down. Lift it up. Back down. That's 3. We've got 5 more. Lift up. If the feet are coming up, keep them close together, please. Back down. 4 more. Lift up. Elbows are high. Chest is high. Back down. Lift. Back down. 2 more. Lift up. Elbows track up. Shoulder blades together. Release. 1 more. Lift it up. And back down. Good job, everybody. Grab child's pose. Just sink the heels back, hips back onto the heels. Take just a moment before we go through that one more time. Then I've got some ab work for us, and we'll be cooling down, feeling good. So dropping those heels onto the hips, letting the head lower down, just taking the tension off the back. I know those Supermans can be a lot on the back. And bring it on back up. Returning to our bird dog pose or our quadruped pose. Let's start off by lifting that left arm out like a 90-degree angle and making the right knee or leg do the same thing. Try to square your hips with the ground. Feel that engagement in the outer hip and between the shoulder blades. Bring it slowly back down to the midline of the body. Back up as high as you can. Abdomen draws in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. Bring it back down. Good job, you guys. Right arms up at 90 degrees, left legs up. Hold nice and high. Lift the head slightly. Come back to the midline of the body. bring it back up. So my knee does not touch back down. I just have it hover off the ground, and then I bring everything back up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and relax. Good job. All right, get ready for those Superman. So bring it back down to the mat. Fingertips to temples. Feet are close together if you choose to pick them up. If you have lower back issues, you may choose to skip that today, which is no problem. You're still getting a great upper back workout. So lift the chest, lift the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Feet can follow if you'd like. And lower back down. Lift, lift, lift. Hold those elbows as high as you can. Back down. Lift. Back down. This is number 4. We're going to 8. Relax back down. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hold at the top. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Lift those elbows up as high as you can. And back down. Good job, you guys. All right, we've got one more series to get through today. So we're doing good for time. Go ahead and towel off. Grab some water if you need to. We've got a mean one next. So this may be other people's cup of tea. It's not mine, but it's not about me. So we have a push-up series next. I'm gonna throw out some modifications, but we are transitioning between 3 different types of push-ups, taking a moment to recover in a plank and really engage the core, or a modified plank between each one. So without further stalling, we'll go ahead and get started here. I will talk you through this, and then I'm going to put us on a timer so everybody can move at their own pace and go to get as many repetitions as you can. So we're going to start off with a pike push-up, which is all about the shoulders. You're going to bring the hips up really high, look down towards the middle, right in between your thumbs, and then lower your head towards that point, push back towards your hips, very shoulder oriented. From there, you're going to shift forward, recover in your plank, lock in, make sure that you're not transitioning too quickly. Let the elbows drop out to the side, come down for a regular push-up. From there, adjust, walk those hands in slightly, tuck the elbows in, elbow creases are forward, and you're going to do a tricep push-up. So your elbows stay very close to your sides. So that was always fun when I demonstrated in class and only had to do one. Now it's a whole different ball game with teaching online, but that is a pike push-up, hips in the air, regular push-up, and then a tricep push-up, just bringing those elbows in really close to the sides. So for any of these, you can kneel. And I will be demoing that. So if you are kneeling, make sure that you are keeping your head in line with your shoulders, in line with your hips, in line with your knees, so that you're maintaining good form. If your back starts to bother you on any of these, please drop those knees down. Really focus on targeting those muscles that we're trying to work, which is not the lower back. You should not be in pain through this. All right, fitness friends. 45 seconds of fun coming your way. Ready and go. Start with that pike push-up. Transition to your plank. Regular push-up. Transition to your plank. Walk those hands in. Tricep push-up. Going at your own pace here. Transitioning between each one. Making sure that you're being mindful of your form. That's 25 seconds down already. Pike, regular, tricep. Keep going, get in as many as you can. Burn those arms out, work those shoulders. Last 5 seconds, see how many you can get with nice, good form, strict form, and time. All right, that was so much fun. Good job, everybody. Take a moment to recover here. We do have another plank move for our abs next, but we are going to come on to our forearms this time. So we're going to be doing planks with hip drops. We'll give it a few more seconds to recover, but I'm just going to demo this one while we're doing that. So it's probably easiest to see from this angle. I'm coming onto my forearms. You can modify by having your knees down or having your knees off the ground, and then you're going to twist at the abdomen, drop that hip down to a hover just off the ground, use those obliques to bring it back to the middle, recovering your plank. Same thing on the other side. So you're going to get a little bit of oblique work and a lot of work for those abs in this one. We're going to go for another 45 seconds here. Remember, you can modify, bring the knees down if you'd like. You can go on to extended arms if you'd like as well. All right, guys, ready? And let's go. Find your way into your plank. Drop to the side, nice controlled motions. Back to the center. Hips come off to the other side. Back to the center. Your gaze is slightly out past your fingertips. You recover with that nice plank that has your abdomen drawn in, the lower back not sagging. Feel those muscles that run between the rib cage and the hips contracting as you lower that hip down and bring it back up. Stabilize in the middle. 10 more seconds. You guys are doing great. And 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everybody. All right, shake it off, recover. We are going to go through that one more time. Grab water. We are on our home stretch, and this is a great time to remind you guys, huge kudos for being here today and coming into this late evening class. I'm sure it's really dark in Connecticut right now too. It's getting dark here. That makes it a little bit harder sometimes, but you guys are champions. All right. Deep breaths in. Push-up series coming your way. Pike, regular, tricep. 45 seconds of fun. Your own pace. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to keep up with you guys. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Recover in that plank between each one. I just want to make sure we're moving with a lot of control. That is 15 seconds down already. $20 seconds to go. Ten more seconds. Keep going. Keep being safe with your form. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Good job. If the recorded version of this never goes live, that's okay. Okay, let's recover for just a moment, and then we'll get our plank with hip drops in. Take some deep breaths, you guys. Give it about 10 more seconds. Then we'll be working those abs that one last time. And then we'll stretch, and you guys will be home free. So deep breaths in. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come into the plank of your choice. Lock in. Be mindful of your form here. Then drop those hips to one side, rotating at the torso. Feel those obliques engage. Bring the hips down as far as you feel comfortable going. Contract those muscles. Bring it back upright. That's 20 seconds down already. $30 seconds down. Keep twisting and lifting those hips back up. Keep that head lifted. Don't let the back sag. Don't let the shoulders creep towards your ears. We're looking good. We're looking strong. 3, 2, 1. Hold in the center. Hold. Plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, everybody. We had a little extra time to play with. All right, go ahead and towel off, please. Grab your water. And let's get ready to stretch. We'll start off with some hamstring work. So let's come into a kneeling position and please step forward on your left leg. Stretch it out, let the toes flex up towards the ceiling. And then hands can come to the thigh or straddle the leg. What I really want you to focus on is getting that chest out over the shin. So we'll just cool it down, bring those heart rates back down, focus on a little bit more flexibility here, which helps us with all of these functional strength moves, especially the ones that take a lot of mobility work. Come on back up. Let's plant that foot that's extended out in front of us. Walk it out to the outer edge of the mat. Let the knee track away from the midline of the body as you roll to the outer edge of that left foot, the leading foot. Keep sending the hips forward and down. Feel free to reach to the instep. We're trying to get a little bit more of a hip stretch here, but also a nice hip flexor stretch for that back leg. If you'd like to intensify this, you can hook those back toes of the right foot and pick up that back knee. Stretching out those hips, working on that range of motion. Plant that knee back down, send the hips back, drag that leg back. Step forward on the right leg, extend it out, flex those toes. Shoulders are back as flat as we extend our chest out towards our shins. So thank you guys for hanging out with this kind of quirky class today. I really appreciate you trying something different, trying something that's really meant to help you with more than just the standard movements. We're also taking in the challenge of balance in a big way today. So kudos to you guys for taking that on. Appreciate your tolerance of something different. Walk that foot to the outer edge of the mat, roll to the outer blade of the foot, track the knee away from the midline of the body. Feel free to reach for the instep, keep sending those hips forward. If you'd like to get a little deeper into it, tuck the back toes, lift the knee up. Holding here, sinking those hips forward and down. And let's bring that back knee back down. Send the right knee back. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders, please. Plant the knees underneath the hips. And let's drop the head down, curl the pelvis under, lift the vertebrae up towards the ceiling, spread those shoulder blades apart. Exhale, lower the navel, lift the head. Feel those vertebrae move a bit. Let those elbow creases face the wall in front of you, opening the chest up. Exhale, lower the head, tuck the pelvis under once more, slide those shoulder blades apart. Maybe you want to drop the right hip towards the side or the left hip, creating a C shape with the spine. Do whatever feels good to you in this motion, in this movement. Come back to the center, lower the navel, lift the head. And then come back to a neutral spine. Excellent. Let's get a little bit of a shoulder opener in here. So we're going to come down onto our bellies, bring that left arm out to the side like an L. And then I'm going to roll super gently towards that side. So I'm picking my foot up to use it to bring my weight over. So I'm rolling a little bit further onto that L-shaped arm. You should feel this in your chest, in the front of your shoulder. Just go gentle on this because the shoulder can be a very vulnerable joint. I do love this exercise because we get really tight in this area. Come on back to the center. Plant that right arm. Roll to the other side. Just relaxing here for a moment, feeling that stretch across the chest. Come on back to the center. Let's push up onto our hands, hook the toes, lift the hips, drop those heels down, pedal out the feet. And then let's walk the feet up to meet the hands. Feel that hamstring stretch, fold forward, stack the vertebrae back up. Bring the head up last. Quick stretch for the wrist and the neck, super important. So let's bring our hands together like a prayer. Press down through the palms, lift the elbows up, feel that stretch across your wrist. And let's go ahead and tilt our head, bringing our chin over to our left shoulder. Hold here. Keep pressing through the palms all the way up to the fingertips. Tilt your head in the other direction. Right your one and only chin to your right shoulder. Back to the center. Flip those hands back over. Drop the elbows down for the stretch on the back of the wrist. And let's go ahead and just drop our right ear towards our right shoulder. Keep lowering those shoulders away from your ears. Bring the head back to neutral, pause at neutral, and then bring the left ear over to the left shoulder. Excellent. Roll those wrists out, shake it out. Fantastic work, you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great week and a great